Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and today we're in a different vehicle. I'm in my partner's Vauxhall Astra. It's a 13-year, doesn't come with many electronic features such as Bluetooth, and we were thinking about getting CarPlay fitted, but rather than replace the system itself with a CarPlay head unit, I thought I'd pull out the Coral Vision CarPlay Lite display, in that we can give this old car CarPlay without any installation whatsoever. So unfortunately, their dash doesn't really give it a very nice way of actually installing the Coral Vision CarPlay display unit. You could mount it onto the windscreen, but I'm not really a fan of that, and nor is she. So we're going to mount it on top of the top part of the dash here, using the various accessories that actually come with the Coral Vision Lite, and we're going to place it slightly over this console here that we don't really rarely use, using all the mounts that come with it and no additional accessories. There is one thing though, is that you could use a vent mount adapter using the 17mm ball joint, and you can attach it to any air vent in the car. But unfortunately, these air vents are a bit too close for comfort, and we're going to position it in the center of our dashboard. All right, so let's get started. All right, so we're going to be placing it onto this top surface here. You have to give it a bit of a wipe down first to make sure there's no dust. We're going to be mounting the arm just so that it comes over the center console, so you can see the display still, but it will just be lower down away from the main windscreen. We're going to be using two of the accessories that come with the actual car itself. The 3M adhesive glass plate, which will sit on the surface itself, and then this suction mount will stick on top, and this ball joint will go into the back of the display and position it how we want it over the center console. So we have to fit them on first so that we can actually get the position of the mount. What I like to do is just to make sure they're properly loose, and this one as well is loose, so we can actually angle it how we like. And then that will sit on top here, and then we can actually have the display either really far away or up ahead, and we can actually mount it higher up if we wanted to. So we'll just do it a little bit like that so we can actually see the display and get everything all adhesived and stuck down. We're going to stick this sticky plate onto the center part of the console. Push that down firmly so all the adhesive sticks onto the dash. There is a slight sort of foam material that makes it stick onto the various parts of the dash, and hopefully it won't come off. But we'll see that in a minute, the test of time. So for now, we're just going to place this so that it rests onto the dash itself, so that it doesn't put too much weight onto the disc at the moment. We don't want to lift the disc just yet. So that's now stuck onto the mount. You can have it a number of ways. You can have it a lot further up, but that's as low as the clamp would go. You can sort of tilt it back if you wanted to, but it's up to you if you want to have it protruding your sort of vision. I'm not a fan of that myself personally, so I'll take that off. But rotating it upside down and doing it that way gives you a longer reach. You can have it a bit further away from the main part of the dash if you wanted to. Once the actual suction is down, you do have the ability to rotate the display if you want to have it near you or away from you. There's not much travel though, so make sure you can position it how you want. Don't forget you can actually rotate this display as well, so there's that too. So with the plunger, plunge down, it's going to stick onto that little surface a little bit, and I'm going to use probably none of the reach of the arm itself, and I have to rotate it again and just have it sit there for now. But what I'll do, I'll just position it so that I can't see the mount itself. That's about right. So I'm going to tighten that bit up, and then this part, just going to screw that tighter, and then that's the display facing me, nicely angled. The next is the power. So we've got lots of cable here. You can either run it down the back of the dash around. That's probably a less intrusive way. For now, I'm just going to place it in the center console. So unfortunately, the power cable is straight out the side of the system itself. So for left-hand drive, you're going to have this facing you, but for right-hand drive, it's away from you, so it's a bit nicer. In the Vauxhall, the 12-volt adapter is in the center compartment. So we're going to plug that into there, and that means that we can actually hide all the wires slightly. We could sandwich it in between here, or we could just hook it over there so it's a little bit out of way. Now you've got two options for the audio. You can either choose to use the bundled aux in cable. She has got aux on the bottom here. That's going to give you the ultimate audio quality. But I found the FM quality just as good. So we're going to go with the FM quality first. So it's going to start up and the Coral Vision starts up. So here's what we see. We've got the Coral Vision display there, all nicely positioned and angled towards us. It's not giving us that much reflection because the Lite version is a plastic screen, so it doesn't have that much reflection. We can still see the readout below, and temperature is something that she likes to see. Everything else like time, etc., is all repeated up here, so it's not as important. So if I put this up where my eye vision is, that's what we see as we're driving, which is pretty nice, and we don't have to worry about any installation here on the actual center console itself. We didn't have to worry about any of that. So let's get ourselves connected to CarPlay. So connection is super easy. We go into our Bluetooth settings and we locate the CarPlay Bluetooth profile, which is DU1000. We're going to tap that to connect. And once that's connected, I'll just show you that. Once it's connected, CarPlay will fire up, and now we're firing up CarPlay and we're good to go. So from here, you can go to your navigation and navigate everything that way. And then for audio, we go back to the home screen. And then in FM transmission, we're on 98.10. We basically channel in 98.10 on the actual car stereo itself. And once it's picked up, we've turned that on. Then we go to CarPlay, and let's go to Spotify, choose a playlist. And there we go. That's the audio playing through the FM radio. I think that's pretty good. It's not as clear and sharp as I would think. You can play around with the tone or the treble, and that's it. That's all FM audio coming through the existing car stereo. So this is a really fast way to get CarPlay in your car if your CarPlay hasn't got anything like Bluetooth and things like that. You don't want to put another aftermarket stereo in there. For the price of quite a medium range CarPlay stereo, you don't have to worry about installation costs, which is a lot more. You can get CarPlay in your car. Plus, you can share this with other family members. You can take this out, put it in their car. You can buy an additional mount, or they could buy a vent mount, and you just plug this and you're good to go with CarPlay in your car. So we're going to try our aux input. We've got a very long lead here. It's not the one that comes with the box. We're going to plug this into the aux, and already it's playing out. And personally, audio-wise, I really can't tell the difference. I thought plugging it in might give us better treble, but her system isn't really high fidelity, so it does the job, and it does the job really well, and it's using the aux or FM input, and the audio quality isn't really that much different. Obviously with the aux input, you've got lots more cables to worry about. You must have to think about that as a thing that might bother you. You have to run another different type of cable, so bear that in mind. I personally think the FM quality is just as good, and you can get rid of this cable, and you can hear that the audio is now coming through the actual console itself. So if I switch to turn FM back on, we're back on with the FM radio. You can go into the FM equalizer. And if you want to charge your phone, you can just use a lightning cable. That will go into the USB port here. You can also play media from here too, if you want to play USB drive media onto the display. It won't do video though, just do audio. So there's that to think about as well. And you've got a USB-C connection at the side here for your iPhone if you want to go back to wired CarPlay and you don't have a charger adapter, or the fact that this 15-volt adapter uses up any USB. So if you don't think about that it's going to take up your USB drive, you can charge from this display as well. And you can probably charge a wireless charger if you want to have something nearby too. All right, so that's CarPlay running on a non-CarPlay vehicle without any installation. We just literally plonked this on, connected up our FM stereo or aux input, and we're good to go. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. If it has, leave us a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about installing a Coral Vision CarPlay Lite in your car. You can check out all my other CarPlay reviews up in this top playlist up here. Hit that subscribe button down below to catch all my future content. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.